Welcome everybody to Yapping Walters. I'm your host Walter, and today we have a guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sayono. It's nice to meet y'all.
Well, that was short and simple, but that's a good thing. Sometimes it's simple. Sometimes simpler is better than overcomplicated.
I do agree. Plus, it's kind of it's a dad joke.
Best dad joke that is in your mind. Tell me.
What was that?
What is the best dad joke that you have in your mind?
Okay. Yeah, I got one. I actually made this one up. Are you ready?
All right, give it to me.
All right. Why can't I find my favorite songs?
Why?
They're hard to Spotify. I love that one.
Wow.
I was so frustrated with Spotify.
After that joke, why I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Since we are about that joke, have your parents found out that you're a VTuber, or have you told them? Like,
actually, my coworkers know, so they'll follow me. Actually, I don't hide it. I actually do tell like people like, oh hey, I stream. It's just for funsies, you know. My family, I don't really like talk to them per much, but I do like put it out there on my social media so they can see it. So they're probably most likely aware if they actually like, check my socials.
Yeah, and different parents react differently. Like I have like everybody's parents are like mystery with these cases. Like if some dad will be like, oh shit, that's freaking cool, and somebody like, what's that? That sounds weird, or something like that. So it's everybody's parents is a mystery. So yeah.
Yeah, my dad's always supported me whatever I want to do. Like he actually gave me like tips of how to make a umbrella piece and like into like wings for cosplay. So he's kind of like a nerd too. So it just like works out.
That's amazing. That is the way that parents should be supporting their kid in every sense of the way. Except if the kid is doing something criminal, then don't.
Yeah, of course, of course. He's like, you can do whatever you want as long as it's not illegal or get you in trouble. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and that's the way it should go. Even though some parents are not like that, but still, like everybody, not everybody, but people who have seen VTubers with their parents, some of them are really funny. Like if people have seen Yusu's content with her mom, Jesus Christ, that was funny. Like I hope that more and more, this is maybe a wishful thinking, but like maybe more and more like VTuber parents or like a parent figure, because some people have some people have been adopted into families, but still like that like family figure will be into bring your content, because more fun with your family.
Yeah, like I know for a fact I probably will not be able to bring my dad to any of my streams just because of the fact that he tells like dead baby jokes and stuff, and not people find that funny. So I'm just like, you can't be bringing that to the table. I'm sorry, you can't. I'm sorry, don't do that. So I think my dad kind of has like he can be funny. It's just sometimes it's a little too dark for not everyone's liking. So I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. Like I can't unless I put like a restrict, like you can't be doing this type thing. My siblings are good though.
Like like everything, every kind of humor has its place. Like
it yeah, just not it's not always streaming.
Well, if your if a streamer's community will be like into dark jokes, then I would say it that it will be possible. Like I said, some people will definitely not find it funny. But like,
yeah, definitely.
so that's understandable. But like, see, like people bring your siblings and like bring your family into content. Like I said, because it's first of all it's hilarious because well like outside of like people who are outside of like VTubing communities, like VTubing outside of that, they don't get the humor that VTubers have. Like that's a fact. Like if like VTubers are known being a horny monster, so people don't, outside of that they don't get that. But like it's a joke. Like some like I don't know if for example like if a VTuber is like more on the lewd side and like talks about like railing somebody like I'm Cottontail, I'm talking at you. Like she jokes about like railing your dad. That's basically that joke. And like VTubers like their models can be quite revealing, let's say.
Like I've seen some I do watch some other streams of other VTubers, and like I do like talk in their chat and stuff, and some of the things that goes on there is like insanely wild. I'm just sitting here like, boy, if someone were to do that in my stream, someone's gonna be like, why? I'm gonna be like, cause it's chaos. You just gotta join in on the chaos. It just makes it great. Like I know for a fact that like my siblings would bully me, like which makes great content. Be like, because it'll be like one thing to another. I always like watching when like the jokes happen and it gets like really out there and it's like why, and it makes the VTuber go what, like what did you say, what?
Yeah,
it's like really great.
Yeah, and it helps with the content as
it does
well.
Really help with the content.
Yeah, and like in generally, I would say in content, jokes are good. Like of course, like if the joke is more funnier than a dead joke, but still but like if the joke or the content is funny, it helps. But if there's a multiple people and that makes it more funny, it helps a lot. Because in the group, it's freaking not easier, but like it's more fun to be in a group or like with people and have fun. And if you can milk it with content, it's better.
Yeah, like when it comes to like me when I stream, I don't get to like collab with too many people, but so I just focus on like chat, like so for instance like the one time I was the one night I was streaming Identity V, and someone popped in chat like, hey, I want to play with you, and I'm like, yeah, we could play together, I'm just gonna let you know that I'm very bad. So bad at that game. So like I get to like try to play and try to interact with like my viewers a little bit when it comes to that kind of thing, because like I'm slowly like making like friends, because like I'm still new, so like with me being a little baby account for right now, but I'm starting to like make friends here and there, very so slowly, but I'm just sitting here like I like to make friends a lot, a little bit more than collabing sometimes, because sometimes you just gotta find the people with like the right energy that kind of like not only gets to know you like your personality wise, but also understanding what kind of sense of humor that you might be bringing to the table, which helps with like the vibes of the stream, because sometimes when people like stream, sometimes it could be a little awkward if you don't take the time to get to know like people, which is like very understandable in that kind of sense.
Yeah, and making friends I would say the better way to make friends online is like on quote unquote a big or like medium-sized Discord channels. Like everybody has their imagination of medium or big sizes of like Discord channels and that stuff. Like if a Discord server has like, I don't know, 100 members or something like that, and then you ask like, does anybody wanna play, I don't know, Apex or like a repo or something like that, and that way somebody answers to that and they say, yeah, why not, that, and that way you make more friends, but like that way you make friends and play with them, and then maybe in one day, like maybe you play with them again few more times, and then maybe you'll ask them or they ask you if they want to collab because you're two, the vibes match. But like, and then it goes from there, and you'll two become a friend, like closer and closer friends, which is good. Always.
Yeah.
But also I'm not, maybe a hot take, but also don't take like too many friends. Maybe a hot take, but like don't have like 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 friends, because you are not gonna like have a time to like DM DM them all the time. Like if you have like 70 or 60 or some like huge amounts of like Discord friends that you like think them as your friends. Maybe that's a hot take, but like that's just my way of thinking.
Yeah, it's like you can have friends, but then you can also have like not close friends, but kind of like on the terms of acquaintances.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I know this person, but I may not know them well, but I could like say like, oh hey, yeah, they're a good person, like that kind of thing.
And as when it's about like, if somebody wants to collab me, I'm gonna say, yeah, why not? Go ahead. I'm saying that you can milk the hell out of me out of content. I don't care. As long as it's for like having fun, and that's shite. And if you're gonna milk me as a freaking content, it's totally fine, and I love it. Because this is gonna sound wrong, but like I love getting used to ask for content because it's fun, and if people are having fun and making content, it's perfect. So if you ever wanna drag me into weird things, go ahead. I don't care.
Oh boy, that's opening new doors.
I said this in I believe in Twitter to multiple posts, and I will say it again. People can drag me to basically whatever. Just tell me the time, and if it's not too late, I can be there. Like I don't mind going into weird things at all. Freaking sake. Like drag me into whatever you want. Whatever fun you want. If I have the thing, if I have the game, I'm most likely gonna join. Because I don't have a sense of brain.
It's okay. I don't have a thought behind these eyes either.
Well, in Vtubing sense, I don't have a brain, but like otherwise I have. Like I have to, because if you're a game developer like I am, you kind of have to.
Yeah. I mean,
or like more, or anything like creative type of work, you have to have a brain, but still.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I have the brains to figure out what's wrong with my computer, but whatever comes out of my mouth and stream is whatever's out there. There's no thought behind that head, that point, that kind of thing.
That is the funniest part of being a VTuber, because the shite sometimes that comes out of your mouth is, well, it's laughable and like, what the hell type of thing. Like in every kind of like, and VTuber humor is especially, I would say, way different than normal, because well, everybody's there have their own humor, because well, everybody's individual. We are not clones of each other, thank the God. Because I wouldn't want to see 100 million people of me, or like same no.
Yeah. One of the things that I really, really enjoy about the whole VTubing thing is the fact that people are able to take like kind of like, hey, like I'm gonna take this like model like or whatever. It's like, hey, I'm gonna like kind of like make it my own. Like when people come up with like their own like original designs or how they want it to look and stuff, I always thought that that's kind of cool, along with like the lore, because it's like the creativity is there too.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody has their ways of like seeing the model, like what kind of model they want. Yes, of course, if you want a custom model, well, rip your wallet, I would say. Well, like uh, every model and everybody who has made or like has an idea for their own custom model, and if you can do it, do it. If you want, if you like doing content creation, then do it. And like VTuber models, yeah, there are some examples that are like, is that like copying? But like most of the VTuber models look, at least to me, they look like, wow, hella good. Like, because, well, it's the artists that make the models. They are hella talented.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm an artist too, so I've just been sitting there just actually designing like the model that I want to use and all that, and like that kind of thing. And I've been really struggling with it because it's like a unique idea, like how I want the design to go. And I already came up with this guy's lore, so like the lore is 100% like solid. It's getting everything like together is a whole different story.
Yeah, yeah. That's the difficult part being a artist or like a person who wants to make the model. If you're like doing that from scratch, yeah, and you don't have to from get go, you don't have the idea, but like the idea goes from one place to another and like that.
Yeah, that's basically what's been happening with me because it's like been slowly been like add-ons to like to this specific model because people like I would like go to my friends who are also like artists and are people who are actually extremely creative, and I'll be like telling, oh hey, this is like the theme and this is what I have so far. And then people's like, oh yeah, like it'd be really cool if you could add like do this and change this little thing here. And I'm like, oh, I really like the idea. I'm gonna like go with that because sometimes it like takes more than one creative brain to get like something like solidified when it comes to like characters and even like making like even comics and characters and like a little bit more than like just like V2 modeling, which I think is kind of like neat because there's always a different perspective of an idea like you wouldn't think about, which is I think is kind of neat. Everyone's like creative.
Yeah, and this is a different kind of space, but like being a game director, aka I do everything on Codename Athena, it's the same process. I have the way that I have to think everything that is the player is gonna like this or like that, or like is that a good thing, is this a good uh, thing in a game, or is the world full enough interesting thing to explore and that stuff. So I would say from that space to thinking like the lore, like in Vtubing scene, thinking the lore is difficult. Yes, you can, if you are a bonehead and lazy, you can use AI, but that's not good. Not a good thing. Just take inspiration from something like if you like, I don't know, if you like, I don't know, Star Wars or a Marvel or something like that. Something like that. Just take the inspiration from there. Like take the pieces that you like from X Media. Try to combine them in a own stylist way. That is not like straight at copying it, because well, you're gonna get lawyers.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Basically, you're saying there's already like Like take already ideas and just try to make it your own type thing.
Yeah,
Don't
like
like 100% copy it.
try to take ideas that you like from your take ideas from medium that you like. If you like Star Wars and Marvel, take the ideas from that, throw it in a blender, and
see what happens.
And see what happens. Don't use AI. No, don't.
Because like the example of like the model like I'm currently making, I decided, well, I really love dragons, so it's like I'm taking the dragon aspect, but I also like very old style, like retro, like games like Galaga and like Pac-Man and all that stuff on like in my spare time. That's like kind of the games that I like to play versus like I do play like like Honkai and Repo and all that other stuff, but every once in a while I'll go back to like the old style like games and we'll like play that like a couple hours or so sometimes. So so I decided, well, I kind of want to combine those two kind of themes together. So that's what I've kind of like worked on, and then the lore actually kind of changes it up a little bit to where it's still kind of like it's not exactly in the pixel like video game kind of aspect. It's just like a little bit more towards like it being more like a virus or like some kind of digital like type thing to um give it a little bit more in depth of the character, which character designing is something I like doing a lot.
Yeah, like well, this is I know that these two mediums are different, but at the same time, same. I know creating a video game and the lore and VTuber lore are different things. I know for a fact because I'm doing both.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, freaking doing a VTuber lore is way different than writing a game story and creating a whole ass universe in a freaking. It's different, I can tell you for that, but like it's more with VTuber lore, I would say it's more fun-ish. The both are fun. Don't get me wrong, but like it's more fun because you can throw more ideas and like, or like I like this. Maybe I will figure this out into the model and into its lore and that stuff. But I'm not looking for a lore video maker yet. So shush, go away. Yeah, and bots, go away in generally. I don't like you. Nobody likes.
It's like you. I'm not looking for that, but you. Just give me ideas. Shoot some.
I'm not looking for an artist. Hey, I'm offering 50% discount. I said I'm not looking for artist. I'm still selling. I want you to buy from my like bro.
You're talking about like those bots that you would get in like on like X or Twitter, whatever it's called. It's like, hey, you stream, yeah. You got like your banner and your everything is set up. Yeah, I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm not looking. Oh, here's my portfolio that's clearly not mine.
And
Insert here.
And clearly, it's freaking most generic shit that I have seen.
Dude, I it was ironically enough, I do like look at it and I'm just like it's so fake because you could tell because the style is not the same. Like you can clearly tell that the art styles and how like things are shaded and everything is like not at all the same style of like because an artist usually has their own one little thing that kind of like their signature when it comes to like their art style. So when I don't see that in any of the artwork, like either like it could be like this person's good at line art and like they do like hard shading, or someone's really great at shading but they lean towards like an abstract kind of like art thing. It's actually kind of like like just knowing what to look for is actually kind of wild. Besides it being obviously like fake, like the styles are just like so different, and that's how you can normally tell if someone stole it, like stole another person's artwork and all that stuff. It's like kind of wild.
Yeah, like I don't understand why the goddamn they are you like doing the freaking most basic ass model like art
Yeah.
for the freaking. First of all, it looks ugly. Like
Oh, it's because they're scammers. They just want to steal your money
yeah, I
and your
know, I know.
information. They don't care about.
Yeah, but like I know that, but like yeah, if you are trying to sell, like this is actually for artists that are want to get commissions. First of all, don't do the same BS looking generic art. If what I have
Yeah.
seen, I know that the real artists they don't do that in a way. Maybe some do because the freaking the person who commissioned or like bought the art is gonna like say like I want this way, then it's alright. But like if you're like do creative more creative types of art than that the freaking generic type of arts and people who are actually real artists and come to DMs. First of all, no, you're gonna piss off the customer.
Yeah, like especially if you're trying to try to get them to like commission you, it's like you can't be like that. You can't be pushy. You gotta let them come to you. You're gonna, it's basically kind of like working in retail involving sales. Is like you gotta throw in some good pitches here and there and see if they'll like bite, or if they see they're nibbling on something, then just throw it in with something like really good, so where they can be like, yes, I want to do that.
And somebody
Like
who cannot basically do any art, even though I'm somebody who cannot do art. I'm as a customer, I'm not like waiting the freaking artist to come to my head to my space.
no,
I'm gonna buy something. I'm gonna go to the shop and buy the thing, not the other way.
it's yeah, because it's like um in a retail like kind of like perspective is the same way as like art commissions. Like people normally have like different things that they like, and depending, like they'll go to that certain store if they like have it, like type thing, because like oh, this one store I like going to because it only sells that one thing. It's like this kind of like the same thing with like artists. Usually like if they have like really good art and people like that style, they'll keep coming back, so it's like kind of like gaining like loyal customers in kind of a way. But also it's also attracting new people, because then it's like, oh hey, I could recommend an artist. Like it's kind of weird. It's kind of like all about the networking and all, and like what you could like offer, like as in like an artist. Like I've actually had like when I'm like at work and I would do like my quick like 5 seconds doodles, and if a customer happens to see it, they're gonna be like, oh, that's really good, that probably took you like 30 minutes, and I'm sitting there looking down at this and I'm like, this actually took me 5 seconds, like what do you mean? So like what? And so I'll like have people wanting to come into my work asking me how much I do for commission work when it comes to art, and I tell people like, oh no, I don't do commissions, like I just do it for funsies, like I don't make money off of this, which is like kind of like a letdown, but I'm at least like it's because when it comes to me, like I would love to do commissions, but my biggest problem is that I don't know how to price things, so that's why I don't do it, because I know I'll undersell myself short because I'm too nice that way. So that's why I prefer to commission out the people and just make like doodles. Be like, here, this is kind of like what I want. Can, and with some notes, can you do something with that? Because every artist has their own strengths or weaknesses. So like sometimes like a customer could be declined because it's be something that an artist can't do at that time because they don't have like the right brushes or whatnot to be able to figure it out type thing, because it's like the skill level thing,
Mm.
you know.
And
I'm skinning my chair.
like like people who cannot do art, like most, actually not most, but like
Yeah.
the amount of people who cannot do art, I would say if you are like, if somebody wants to go and get art and the art is like they don't know how to describe it, the freaking art, like what kind of art they want, or like, for example, if they want to order 2D model, for example, they don't know like exactly how they say like they post like 10 pictures or 15 pictures to the artist, and then notes or like a lot of sentences to like what kind of. In that case, I would say do your own like concept art for the model, like I'm doing, because I don't know, like for that it's better to freaking it's better for the freaking artist to see actually what I want, like what I want from like I cannot draw, but like there's the like there like Pinterest, I took pictures from there and took and draw from there, like piece by piece.
Yeah, like some people would create like a reference kind of like sheet, and they'll have like pictures that they took from like Pinterest and have like a little note saying, "Hey, this is what I want." Like, have it like so that way like an artist would like know. So technically, you don't even need to draw. It's like
I know,
you can make a rough sketch, but you could also like take rough like little bunch of photos and just have it all in like one thing and have like little notes with them. They can figure it out from there.
Yeah, but I just thought it would be easier for the artist to get the actual like whole thing.
Yeah, it's like you can still try to draw like the entire idea yourself. Like like an artist could figure it out surprisingly. Like artists are clever, so even if you think that like a doodle or like a drawing, like it'll make sense to an artist when they look at it. Like they could visually see what you're trying to do, even if it's like no matter how crappy it looks, they could figure it out. For clever people, we got this.
And like artists are, they get even from stickman drawings because I have like what I have seen from people like Vtubers saying how the artist was making the model. Some people just drew a stickman dumb like drawings, and then the artist made it work. So
yeah,
just discuss it with your artist and see how it goes.
Yeah, like I think it's like funny because people be like drawing stick figures, and I'm just sitting here trying to draw like a stick figure and trying to give it clothes and hair and stuff and trying to be little intricate, and they're just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to draw stick people." It's like funny when that's like a joke thing. They're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure."
Yeah, and like I said, artists will figure out something if you just talk with your artist about it, like what you want, and don't be like don't just say that this is what I kind of want. Describe it. Use your words. Use your brain to say.
Use your adjectives. We have adjectives. Oh my god, I can't talk. Like for a reason. Like you want something more light blue, it's just say like lighter blue, pale blue, something. Like there's a lot of things. Like I want this shiny and sparkly.
Yeah. You like I said, use your words. Use them. It will make it easier for the actual artist.
Yeah, like little notes is good for that. That's why I always recommend photos and notes. Photos and notes. Just in case if you want to alter it to make it like look different and be like, yeah, this is the base, but this is all the extra stuff on. I want like 3 gems on like this side, and this side, and add like a little chain here and there that connects it to this point A to point B. Then I'm gonna draw A and B here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as somebody who just like with my Twitch emotes, I talked to the artist and said like I want some kind of like this. I posted 5 pictures because I bought 5 emotes, so I posted like 5 like from different streamers and YouTubers that I watch and like their emotes. I posted like some kind of like this, like variety amount of these. Make them with your own kind of style, make them unique, and then she made them how I wanted, and bada bim bada boom. I'm a happy customer. Because I used my words.
What's really funny with me is that when I there's like this one artist fan that I like I always loved his work. He actually like drew me as like a succubus and stuff like that before, which is actually what I'm using on my Twitch at the moment because it's really nice art, and I'm like I want to show people that he's a good artist, and what when it comes to commissioning with him, I really like enjoy commissioning because of the fact that I'll give him like a little like rough sheet of like the notes and like the like the drawing of the character and stuff. But the thing is, I always told him like, hey, if you see something that you want to add on and or add your extra little splash like of creativity in there, go for it. I want to see what you do with what I've already done. And like he'll add like small like little accessories or like change it up just a smidge where it looks better. And I'm just like, ee! So I usually give like the artist like, hey, go for it, be creative. When it comes to that kind of thing, because I want them to have fun. Because I don't want it to be strictly like, oh, this has to be done this way. And I'm like, no, like add your own splash because I want to enjoy it more. Because they'll probably add something that I would never thought of, like onto it that I wouldn't even think of.
Also, also, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so you don't have to get everything.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if like for example, if you're like in one point, aka when you start, you can just have like I don't know 5 emotes or 6, and then a like Twitch like panels art, for example, and then in 2.0 you can have like a freaking 2D or 3D model, and then like more emotes and that stuff. Like you can get like some like more stuff with over time. It's not a freaking like it's not against the law.
Yeah.
We don't live in a dictatorship that says that you're gonna have to do it this way, because there's no right or wrong way to do Vtubing. Like I do yapping videos, like I do that. That's my thing. And
I call it backseat driving. Like. Because I actually had someone that was telling me that like you're doing everything wrong of how I'm doing it, and I'm just sitting here like not really, because it's been working out for me. Everyone's different.
Like you can point that a freaking some people are like some for example Vexoria the Sun Eater or Cottontail, but they are both voice actors and they are successful streamers, but at the same time a Heavenly Father is he's a freaking normal streamer that plays games mostly, or VTubing Social is a agency with different talents, like Melody for example is way different than Iron Mouse or Matarakan, for example. They are different. Like there's so many examples in VTubing space that is freaking doing well. Like
I like streaming, but I also wanted to get more involved into voice acting.
Yeah.
Because that's like something that I've been like doing, because I got like one role under my belt. I'm trying to push myself a little bit more out there when it comes to like streaming and like the voice acting stuff.
That's why I started a game development, because I love games and I love I love stories, and I thought, hell not, let's make a game. And then
like I really love voice acting, like What caught me as a child is like the first like how like the anime characters are drawn and stuff because I always thought that was cool. But I also love the voices because it brings that character to life because it gives them like that extra like personality to envision of what they kind of are. Like you could just tell just from like hearing their voice.
Yeah, but at the same time, it has to do with good directing. If the director is not doing a good job, the performance will be ass.
Yeah.
Like with it is with most English dubs on anime. Sadly, it feels like some English dubs are like okay, the freaking most boring performance that I have seen. But if you look at the voice actors in another job, the voice actor does a whole amazing job because the director was good. The director did their job. Oh, but yeah, the voice actors are like the reason why, probably the reason why some people are watching anime. Like, for example, I love Attack on Titan, and the freaking Hanji's voice actor on English because I watched it on English got me into the show, got me watching Attack on Titan, and it's one of my favorites. A favorite anime out there.
At the last convention that I went to, I had to see 5 different voice actors, and my most favorite voice actor was actually there, so he was like top priority, and he's also a VTuber, like Alejandro Saab. He's also Sayu VTube.
Yep.
Like I finally got to meet him, and he was pretty chill. He was pretty cool.
People who don't know his roles, Sino from Genshin, and the freaking
Genuine from Honkai Star,
and the freaking one kid from Persona 3 Reloaded. The freaking, it's been like 2 months when I played that. Sorry, but like
also,
that.
Miyamura.
Oh yeah.
Miyamura from Horimiya.
Just Google. Just go and go behind the voice, and then write Alejandro Saab.
Yeah.
And then but like Amalie is another example that is a voice actor and a VTuber. Vexoria, another example. And also I know there are like different kinds of like and like for example Cottontail, not safe for work voice actor.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
And
I think I'm too cute to be sexy. That's been my shtick.
Well,
I'm sticking to that one.
Yeah, well, this is maybe I don't know how the hell to say this, but like with enough training, you can be like the funniest thing is like you can with voice acting compared to like traditional acting like in live action movies, you're only using your voice. So if you can change your voice, like voice tone and that stuff, you can make it like in a deeper sounding character compared to like what you actually sound like. That is a amazing thing when it comes to voice acting.
Yeah, it's like understanding your voice and its ranges really does kind of help you a little bit when it comes to that. Especially understanding what rules that you could get from like your voice of what you could do in that moment too. That kind of helps you build you up a little bit.
Yeah, like and you don't have what you need with voice acting, an alright sounding mic. That's the only thing you need.
Because actually 2 things: a mic
and pop filters also,
and an interface. That's just the 2 things that you need technically.
Yeah, but like I have heard with few of my friends that like are directors. I actually used to be because a friend of mine got into accident and he can not longer direct, but he's fine with that.
No.
he can. Sorry, that was wrongly fatal. He cannot direct like in a freaking few months because injuries, and the injury was broken leg and broken hand.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it was a skiing accident.
Oh boy, I would be suffering in the snow. Like I don't like winter.
As a Finnish person, I love winter. It's
I'm the opposite. I like fall. That's like my favorite season is like literally fall. It kind of matches with the hair, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, like, but like usually when it comes to voice acting, if I know that usually it is going into the studio and record there, and everything is set up there. But if you're doing remote, like voice acting, like some people do, like that's pretty actually what I understand. It's pretty normal. You need only two things: Audacity as like a recording platform, like recording like software that you can record your lines, and then a mic, and then you send. I don't know exactly how it like is this how it works, but like I have heard that it's somewhat like this, that you record your lines with a director maybe in a Zoom call or something like that, and then when it's over, you send the files to the company who makes it, and then they make the sound edit for your character, maybe for
yeah. Yeah, like it's just like every director is kind of different, and they kind of just do their own thing. Like for example, the person that I recorded for Data, which is like a Vocaloid, they just like basically gave me all the lines, and I kind of just do whatever I wanted with them, like and do like multiple takes of the same lines and send it out to them, and then they just pick kind and choose of whatever like which ones that they want to use that sounds best for them. Or this other I also was directed by this other guy, and he I'll be in a call with him, and he actually will be doing like the recording at his end and recording like all the stuff, so that way he could just like through the call, then he'll just take that and then like he'll edit it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've done like a couple of things. So like completely two different styles of recording that I was just like, oh, okay, that's different. So that's like something to get like acquainted to, is like getting used to like doing live takes and just sitting in a room recording like it's like you definitely have to get comfortable of trying to like work with people when it comes to like voice acting, because like it's like like getting comfortable with like the director per se, like to that kind of thing, especially if you're like nervous when it comes to like people, because you're kind of like nervous about like, oh, they're gonna like have anxiety and stuff. Like it's all good, just that's something that I have to be like comfortable with type thing.
Yeah. And like as somebody who has directed people, because games need NPC lines, and the way how I like direct is more like gentle, because I don't like being like forceful.
Actually, it's actually really
in
funny.
some cases I like the people in NPC cases I like just do your like normal voice because it's an NPC.
Yeah, like the one director guy that I was doing the live the lifeline. This guy was just like very formal and very extremely professional, and because of my personality, how it is, it's like strict guy versus like strict like and bubbly and bubbly kind of like funny person, kind of being in the room was like two different energies that I think is kind of funny, because he'll just like be like very formal, and I'm just sitting here laughing when I mess up a line. I just like laugh it off because I was like being entertained and having like kind of like fun with it, and he's just like sitting there just vibing, just being chill. Like it's actually really kind of funny for me, because that's like a different experience, but it's like I like the dude. Like he's fun to work with. I just like the fact there's just two different energies that's obviously there, but it still works out.
Yeah, that's understandable, and also the some lines that I like basically help with the voice actor. I was like, I took the webcam out and I basically acted the scene for him. Yeah, he had of course his lines ready, of course. Like
Yeah.
I read, like I said them out loud how I wanted to be, like that sounding, and I have the like, and it went quite good. And then when those voice lines are gonna put in place, I'm gonna edit them, because like I said, I'm everything on that project. So whenever their time is whenever their time is to be added into the game, I'm gonna voice edit them, and then bada boom, they are into the game. But like I said, my way is with NPC lines and like minor characters more gently, because they are not gonna be as important like as, for example, a major side quest character, or the main. Well, actually, the main character is silent. So, but like, if the more important important side characters aren't gonna be good perform, like their voice is not good, or their performances are shit, I'm gonna just straight up say, I'm gonna be direct. I'm gonna be like, if the performance is shit, I will say it out loud, because I hate toxic positivity. I hate that thing. If somebody's shit, don't be like, oh, it's okay, don't be it. Like, no, just say it straight up, it's shit, and do better.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, like.
Of course, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that just say that was shit. Of course, I'm gonna explain it why it was shit.
Yeah. Sometimes like it's like, I feel like that that's kind of what I think I love experience versus like inexperience, because within inexperience they might, like, especially if they don't even go through like any kind of like proper like being like properly educated of like what to do as a voice actor, because like the voice actor of like Risley has his own little academy where it teaches people through the breakdown of like the entirety of voice acting, including like how to self market yourself and like stuff like that. I know he has like that kind of thing. I took like a master class of his, and it was like very like informative and stuff. So like it was kind of like a very like interesting kind of like experience in a way. But like it one of the classes actually involved like um as a, like a voice actor and like versus like director kind of thing of how to like be. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not getting along, but it's more a sense of having the idea of how the director kind of wants you to go type of thing, like kind of like that. I can't put it into words, like I can't explain it very well what that was, but it had like a breakdown of like a lot of different like stuff like regarding in that, it just depends of like inexperience versus experience. Sometimes people are just naturally like good at it and they don't really necessarily need that, but I think at some point or another, I think a voice actor does take some kind of like vocal like coach type thing at some point.
Yeah, if the character is high pitched, for example, and the character, like the voice actor, is like his normal voice is not that like high pitched, then of course probably like he's gonna take the actor is probably gonna take like vocal training. But I would say I believe this comment probably applies the best what you tried to describe. I believe Christopher Nolan said this, that director's job is not to direct the actor. Director's job is to direct the actor for understanding the character the best. Mm-hmm. Or something like that he said in one of the interviews that I liked. And by the way, you don't have to go into like voice acting school or actor school or film director or director's job, because just look at Christopher Nolan. He didn't go to a film school, and look at how good of a director he is. By the way, Dunkirk is probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. Just a little bit shout out there, but like his work is kind of inspiring for me. I like a lot of his work, like a lot of people do, because they are good movies. But like, as somebody who has not like went into like director school or movie school or anything like that, my way of like training is just be myself and be, because I am alone in that how I understand the game world and the lines of the characters. I am alone in that. I know the characters in 100% sure. All
basically
around.
You're like the DM with your own little world all set up, like with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, this is my world, I make it, I know all the shticks.
Yeah, pretty much. Or think George Lucas.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Because and it's more fun than you can think, but at the same time it's really challenging, because at the end of the day I want to make a product that is people like and love. I don't want to be like it's another post-apocalyptic story. No, I wanted it to make unique, but at the same time familiar to people who like those games. And by the way, game companies start to make games that like is for that audience. It's not for a broader audience. Little random. Don't get me wrong, like there are games like the games that maybe people liked, but a lot of people didn't like Dragon Age Velgard or Avowed, or how the hell pronounce that, but like.
Yeah, when it comes like with me, when it comes to playing like games, I like I don't say there's a like, I do like RPGs, I really do, but I also like MMOs, and I didn't think I would like gacha games until I got into like Genshin and Honkai and all that. Was I know I ended up like gacha games, and so like it's because I took that first step, because like the first thing that I like to look at when it comes to video games is like how good does the characters look, and like the art on like the cover, or what is it, or even what the game is even about, to see if I like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that like I never like, for the perfect example of this is like there's Dead by Daylight and then there's Identity V. Like they're both kind of like similar, but they're not at all in the same way. Like I found out that I didn't like Dead by Daylight because the characters or none of that really appealed to me, like versus like Identity V, where it has its own lore and story mode and have like different like skins from different animes and like other games like Persona 5 and like all that stuff. Like, and I'm like, okay, so that was just probably just not the right genre for me, but like at least now I could say, at least if I want to go back to Dead by Daylight, to give it like another chance, because I've only played it maybe like once or twice, but with like the wrong people. So I feel like if I were playing it with the right people that catches the same vibe better with me, I think I might enjoy Dead by Daylight a little bit more, as like the two examples, because they're like the only two similar games I could think of at the top of my head.
Both Identity V and Dead by Daylight have been both isometrical horror games. I believe that is what's the genre called or something like that. But the thing is with Identity V, with Dead by Daylight, this is somebody who has played Dead by Daylight like 1.5k, aka 1,500 hours or something like that, is that the Identity feels too little, too copied from Dead by Daylight. Maybe it's just because I played Dead by Daylight too much or something like that. But like on Identity there's gen repairing and the killers, and it feels
like they took the layout, like the game mechanics from that.
And I can actually like, it's probably not it's probably a fact that they took Dead by Daylight like gameplay loop and throw it in a blender, but it's fine. And the good thing is, the more competition behavior gets, the better the game, the better all the games in that genre is gonna get. But like Dead by Daylight is one of those games that if you don't have the right group or right personnel, like right people, you will not have a good time.
Yeah, probably. Like basically what I had with my two like experiences, like with like Identity V, and when I'm like playing with like random people, like yeah, there's gonna be like those toxic people that's gonna be in there no matter what, because it's like that's in all like fandoms and all video games and everything else in between. There's always gonna be those bad group of people no matter what you do. But when you find that there's like a lot of good people in it though, so it's like outweighing the good with like the bad sometimes. As weird as that, may be like weird. It's just like, yeah, I may have some bad experiences, but it doesn't mean I don't hate it either, because like I'm weird. I don't exactly hate, like I don't say I could fully hate something. I'm never that kind of person. I'll say I'll like, yeah, I have some bad experiences, but it doesn't mean that like I won't go back and try it again with like new people. All they have to do is like, hey, I know you have this game and you haven't played in a while. You want to play? I'll be like, hey, just let me get reinstalled and fire it up. Like, give me like 2 hours.
I said this past and I will say it again. Dead by Daylight is the Fortnite of horror games, because in Dead by Daylight, like why I'm saying that, because in Fortnite there are like a lot of collabs. Like there in Fortnite there are Star Wars, Dragon Ball, etc., etc. But in Dead by Daylight there's Michael Myers, Leatherface, Pinhead. Unfortunately he's leaving thanks to the license. Screw you. Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan.
Yeah, like I saw that and I was like, dang, bro.
Lara Croft. Freaking like the reason why I said that, because a lot of horror classics are in Dead by Daylight, because well, let's face it, it's probably the biggest horror game, like multiplayer horror game out there, probably, or one of the biggest, like, and licenses like that, because it's a game that people know, and maybe they liked because they liked Tokyo Ghoul that was just released in this month. Maybe they like that and they will try the game and that stuff. Yeah. But the problem with Dead by Daylight, the problem is, please, the behavior, make it more accessible.
Yeah, like that's like in different platforms and stuff, you mean, or do you mean like
the game needs more accessibilities, because you have like you have few, like a good amount of items, and they have different rarities, and all the perks are like what character has this perk and that perk and that perk, and how you unlock them. It's fucking to explaining it, because I have because some people, like some of my friends, wanted to try Dead by Daylight, and I was like, yeah, I can teach you. And explaining it, that is it's a freaking try to like read a light novel in a freaking quick sitting. Like I explained it in a like noob way, like how to play the game, except like because it's a good way to not explain everything at once, because that will overflow your brain with information that you will do not jack shit, basically. And like I said, with the right people, it's a good game. But goddamn, I hope behavior will do something for toxicity in the ballot, because
didn't they have that also on PlayStation?
Dead by Daylight is on every platform: PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and on Nintendo Switch, and probably on Nintendo Switch too, because well, Nintendo Switch is more powerful than one. But like, the game is out on every platform, and even on mobile, even though that's a different game, but still.
Yeah. That's I think I heard about that, but I wasn't like 100% sure of like I was like, okay, so it's the same game but under like a different, but it's not. I'm just like, okay.
It's
Anyway,
quite
like
it's quite common, quote unquote common, to have mobile versions of like games. Like Call of Duty has mobile. Apex Legends did have a mobile version, but that was closed off for some reason. Battlefield had a development in a mobile game in development, and the only reason why, because mobile market is quite rich. Mobile games make a lot of money. I have Genshin, I'm looking at you, but like they make a lot of money because of it. The freaking mobile games are like filled with microtransaction and that stuff.
It's probably because everyone needs a phone. Probably needs like a cell phone at this point in this era, so it's a good starting point because not everyone's gonna have an Xbox or a PlayStation or even sometimes even rarely enough like even a PC. So everyone must have a phone. So it kind of like makes sense in that kind of like aspect in a weird way. If I'm thinking this a little weird.
Yeah, true, but like I kind of hate it because every goddamn mobile game is with ads or it's full of microtransactions, which is sad.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really into like mobile like games, but if it's a game that I've already played on a PC, I know if it's on my phone and I know that I'm probably going to be like away from my computer for a few days, I'll like download the game and I'll play it through my phone. That's if I could even play it on my phone because I'm really bad with touchscreen. So
yeah. And also in my view that if I want to play games on the go, I will just buy a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Steam Deck is hella good. First of all, it's hella good for value. For like, it's $300 or something like that. Yeah, I know it sounds a lot because $300 is $300.
Yeah.
But you get a good console for that amount of money, and you get all of your Steam games.
Yeah.
And most of them, not everyone, but like most of them, like I would. This is my on my top of my head, but like probably 70%, 80% games work on Steam Deck. Like Steam Deck is perfect for indie games that don't take like that much of like power, because if it's like a AAA game like Cyberpunk, yeah, that battery on Steam Deck is gonna die quickly. But like if it's a game like Binding of Isaac or Terraria or Heroes or something like indie game that is like a small, like small sized game, yeah, you will have a fun game, a fun time with Steam Deck. So if you have the extra money, get that.
Right. Because I already have like a PS5, an Xbox One, and a Nintendo Switch and all that. That's like, I don't have a Steam Deck though. Because like I mostly play like my Steam games on my PC though.
Yeah.
Like I don't travel around too often. I only I'll go like every once in a blue moon. Like every year I go to an anime convention, and that's really all the traveling that I do. Because I just go to like hop on a flight to there, work at this convention, and obviously spend time at the convention, then come back. So I don't even have the time to really play like any kind of games either. I thought I would be very antisocial, but I was wrong.
When you found your group, it makes it easier. Before we are gonna wrap this podcast episode, I have few questions to ask. So,
all right.
What's your favorite part being a VTuber?
Definitely. Besides like what we talked about earlier from like the whole character, like the design of like the models and how like the lore is, because everything is like different and creative in that aspect. But I mostly like as a VTuber, I like engaging with like the chat and meeting new people and being able to like make new friends. So basically, I like being able to form bonds with people, and also I like my biggest thing with me is that I like to help people. So if I'm able to like entertain people from having a crappy day just by watching my stream, that's like a big thumbs up for me. Not gonna lie, because I want to make like not only like the people around me happy, but I also want to be able to help make other people happy too.
Hmm. That's a good answer in a nutshell. A creative side and maybe a wrong word, but being social and helping people are
Yeah,
the
kind of like that. Yeah.
the in a nutshell person, very basically.
I could be an introvert if I really want to. I just sometimes I choose not to be.
Yeah, true. Why VTubing and not a Flestuber? And people who don't realize, who don't know what a Flestuber is, a normal content creator with a face cam. But like, why VTubing and not being a face cam streamer?
So, okay, this is gonna sound really weird.
Go for it.
So the thing is that I don't want people to come into my streams and see me with my natural red hair and be like, this one I'm gonna watch them because they have red hair. As weird as that sounds, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna slap a model and this is like my face and you're all gonna like you're all gonna have to like it type thing. If that makes sense. Like I don't like putting my face out there when it comes to streaming because I don't like I don't mind if it's like cosplaying or like something, but like I kind of like prefer to do like the VTube like with the model type thing because I think that is like not only could I make like an OC character and then just say hey here's my face, but I feel like it opens the door to more other artists to be able to do more of something that AI can't necessarily do. So I feel like I would rather drop money into like an actual artist and with any kind of work and commissions and even like with the model, I would rather give my money for that, especially if it's something that AI can't do. Um, which I feel like people are abusing AI a lot. So
True.
So besides the personal reasons of why, like I'll post like my face on like pictures and stuff, but me sitting down with my camera on like 24/7, like my cats could be doing something weird in the background, and I don't want the camera to catch that, that kind of thing, because they do like to play behind me. They're always in the same room with me, so so yeah, like kind of like that reason, it kind of less distractions and more focused like on the stream as well. So there's it's gonna be like a long-winded answer. So I think I'll just keep it short with like those three things.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Your favorite games?
Well, besides the Hoyoverse games, I play most of them except for Honkai Impact the Third. Repo. I like the horror games like Phasmophobia. I've even liked Five Nights at Freddy's. And there's like MMOs like Final Fantasy 14 Online. There's like a lot that I do enjoy playing, but I've been mostly been sticking with like the Hoyoverse games mostly.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair and understandable. What you hate about VTubers and VTubing?
Um I think the scammers and the bots makes it really hard to find actual good artists that you would pay money for. It's like you have to have like know like someone and recommend like an artist to you. I feel like that's a little hard just because I've been like searching around to see to find like artists that like could do VTubing and hopefully like find the one that's has like a certain skill set to be able to do how to make the model how I kind of like envisioned it type thing. I feel like that's what I don't like is like the bots and the scammers are kind of getting in the way of like kind of that type thing, especially if you're starting new and without like not knowing like a whole lot of people type thing.
Yeah, and that will be my answer as well. I hate the bots.
Yeah,
But,
I hate the bots too.
but if you're looking like actual artist, like you said, I would recommend VGen. That's a good. VGen is a good website because all of the artists are real in that website. Because the art from there is hella good, and like there are good pricing options because there are like a lot of good options, and there are like good like discussion with artists, and like you can order from there like anything, like not safe for work or animations, animated emotes, etc. Like it's a good place for actual artists. Don't go into Twitter looking for artists because that's a freaking looking for a needle in a in a haystack.
Yeah.
You might find artists in Twitter, but it's freaking difficult. Well, in combat like VGen, yeah, bada bing bada boom, yeah, it's freaking. It's way easier. Just write what you are looking for, and there are tons of options and tons of artists. Because I believe, like how you get signed as an artist is freaking like you have to freaking you have to like ask from verified artist, like actual artist, to like get a code, and that way you get an actual like you will be flamed. That sounds wrong, but like you get an accepted as a real artist, and then you have to I believe you have to also show to the website that you are like a real artist or something like that. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not an artist, but like I believe that's how it works. And they make sure that artists are like
legit,
legit.
People.
And it's on VGen's site. It's like not allowed to use AI.
Yeah,
it has to be made with human. Has to make that art.
Human hands.
Yeah. So everybody recommend VGen. Go there and order art if you need.
Exactly. I'm helping out. I'm definitely be like checking that out and like see who I could find on there because that actually really piqued my interest. Thank you for sending me the link.
VGen is basically basically it's a Steam marketplace. People sell their art and you can look for them, and they're like but every time if you order something, read the TOS and read the, like what, because some artists like are offering like a lot of options in the freaking buy menu and that stuff, so read them carefully and read the TOS, because if maybe you accidentally break the TOS and the artist will get mad at you, and then you have to get new stuff. Like, read them carefully, read the TOS and that stuff. And luckily, you don't have to you don't have to go to their Twitter and DM them. So there's actually even a freaking chat like option in VGen as well. So
yeah, which is actually will be very useful.
So that is a good thing, and it's a good website. Like I said, I will I'm whenever I'm gonna need art, I'm gonna just use that. If I don't win a giveaway or something like that on Twitter, so
yeah,
go there, order art if you need it. Enough of that. Shella.
Yeah, we got into more. I'm sorry, I'm distracting. I'm a hardcore distractor.
What is your hot take about VTubing?
A hot take?
Yeah, hot take.
What do you mean by hot take?
Oh.
Explain before I answer this question.
well, what is a hot take in generally? A take on something that people may will not agree or find like
so basically like my opinion that people may not agree to.
A piece of commentary typically produced quickly in response to a reason. That's actually not the beginning. Thanks Wikipedia. A hot take is a piece of deliberate. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Piece, but it's like, for example, if you're like, for example, if you say about like you, I don't know. If you said that you don't like, if in anime terms, if you said like, in my opinion, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was overrated, that's considered a hot take, maybe, so to some. But like, I would say my hot take is that people's models, they don't really that much matter if the actually, let me phrase that again because that sounds horrible.
That sounds horribly wrong.
Yeah, the creative side of models is not that important. You can be like a cat VTuber, it's completely fine. You can be an orca VTuber, it's completely fine. You don't have to be the most unique or the most like generic. You can be whatever you want. It's VTubing. There's no right or wrong way like doing it. It's like like be whatever you want your model to be. It doesn't really matter like at all. But like, if you want to be unique, then be unique. If you want to be a generic type like model, like a generic model, I would say is a cat VTuber, for example, or nowadays a shark because guras.
Oh god.
And that stuff.
I know like 3 people that are sharks, and I know like 2 people that are Vaporeons, and I'm just like, oof, Nintendo better not strike you down.
Or a dog VTuber is quite like common, I would say, but mostly I would say it's a cat VTuber or a bunny VTuber are like quite common.
Yeah, like those. Yeah, I think those are pretty kind of common, or even like dogs.
Yeah. Or succubus as well. That's also quite common.
Yeah. Like a succubus is kind of easy, alluring even. My hot take. That I feel like that I'm not experienced enough to actually have have an answer for that. But what I have experienced is don't if you're an experienced VTuber and you're trying to help like someone new out, don't tell them what they're doing is necessarily like wrong when it could be kind of be like their shtick type thing. Like, I think that's like the biggest one that I think was that kind of like, grinded my gears a little bit, was the fact that something that I was doing was like working for me. But then they're like, no, you have to do it. Like, you have to do it specifically this way, and this way. Like, X, Y, and Z. And you have to do it like this specific way, or else you just won't get like successful in it. And it's like, but my shtick has been working. Like, what's wrong with the way that I've been doing it? I think that is like kind of like the biggest thing. Like, if you want to like have someone to like, if you want to help someone out to grow better, take what their strengths are and use that instead of telling them, hey, you're doing everything wrong. you got to do it this way. I think is my biggest thing because not because as I kind of like view it, like everyone is like different, and so is like everyone else of how they do things are different. So something that you may have done in the past may have not worked for you, but it doesn't mean it didn't. It's not. That does not mean that it's helping. Like it doesn't mean it doesn't work for everybody else in entirety.
Yeah.
Like it could be, yeah. So that's probably my little hot take. Is probably that don't be like a backseat driver and tell them exactly how they have to do things when something is like obviously it may not work for you, but it's working for them type thing.
Yeah, I believe I'm gonna take this quote from my OCAK Matarkan, that she was doing the same exactly thing that she was doing 12 years ago, but to like 50 people, and then she took the 50 what she was doing to 50 people, and then she was doing that to like 150 people, and she's been doing basically the same thing like all the time from all the years, but it has been working. So it's basically like if it's not broken, don't fix it type of a thing. Like you will, you'll yeah. Actually, the better way to say it, she was doing that to 50 people, but she like took like the best aspects of that thing what she was doing to 50 people and made it to and then she was doing that for 150 people. Like she was learning but doing the same thing. Maybe that's a good way. She was doing the same thing but learning at the same time. So she was doing better and better and better on all the sides, which I'm gonna steal that because still quote unquote steal that, like doing the same content or doing better content but learning from mistakes.
Like for instance, like for example, for me, like I noticed that like repo, like is like everyone's like bandwagon right now is like with repo, but I don't get views from that. I get views from an older game from like 10 years ago that's working out way better for me. So I just been sticking with what's been working out for me. Like everyone can play repo all they want, but it doesn't mean it works out for me.
Yeah, and like at the same time, if you know your audience, you'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
A gaming focused channel is not probably gonna, if that channel is gonna do a video about like makeup, it's not gonna do well compared to like that content creators gaming videos.
Yeah.
Because it's just natural, because what the audience is there is what they want. If they want gaming videos, they will watch gaming videos, not the makeup video.
Yeah, it's like with me, I'm just sticking with gaming because it's kind of easiest for right now, and I wanted to get more into like art streams and doing a little bit more than just gaming here and there, and just me like getting everything set up is the whole time consuming part for me. So yeah.
Like mine, I was doing AMVs quite a bit, like 3 years ago, like in a row. Then I was like, nah, this isn't anymore the interest that I want to do. Then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do yapping content because that's what I like. I do yap, and people might not like if you change your content, but if it's for you.
Yeah, it's like I'm still gonna game. It's just like I want to do other things on top of that. Essentially, sometimes it can work out, sometimes not. It's all Gucci with me. I'm still gonna do what I want to do because it's me running the rodeo type thing. If that makes sense, I don't know if people would see that like people could see that as a bad way too. I think that's my other hot take is probably that too, because not everyone's gonna agree with me. That's like you got to do what the viewers want, and it's like no, I'm just gonna do what I want to do because this is me as a content creator, and I want to make because there's too many content creators that burn themselves out because they're trying to do the things that the audience wants them to do versus what they want to do that make them happy type
Yeah.
thing. And I'm not want to burn myself out.
Well, I kind of understand if a YouTuber does what the viewers say basically, if the VTuber, if the content creator is from like really poor like background, because nobody wants to go nobody wants to go back to that like situation that they like really from really poor like background. Nobody wants to go back in that if that content creation is from that, because some of them are like.
Yeah, like I'm definitely one of them. Not gonna lie.
and they don't want to go back from that, obviously. So they are gonna do what people like, and that way they get views. And if you get views on YouTube, well, a good amount of views, you'll make a living as that. But also, I understand if you have a series, like if you have a kind of like documentary like series that you like, viewers get to vote on like certain topic for a week, and you make a video about that also I understand.
Yeah, it's like my one friend, how they like been doing like how they've been scheduling up their streams is that they'll play like this one game only a certain day of the week and others, so that way they kind of do like multiple like storylines all at once type thing, and then slowly finish it off and replace it with a new one type thing. Sometimes it's not even about the game. Sometimes it's about the content that comes out of your mouth, because some people prefer to listen while they do things too.
Yeah, like
it's also another thing.
Yeah, I can everybody who has, especially everybody who has two screens on their computer can agree with this, that they have one like a video series or an audiobook or stream in the on another screen while they maybe are playing game or doing something else, and then they can do that. Like for me, I'm listening. Everybody who wants lore videos, check Wisefish. He's amazing content creator. I freaking love his videos because they are quite lore. They are quite basically audiobooks that I like to listen. But like, if you want a good, like sustainable, like a long career of being a content creator, usually in like when you are doing that as a job, like your content creation is a job for you. Like you make money enough, like to get to pay rent, to get food and that stuff. Then I would say in that point, just do what you like. It's gonna work out the most, I believe, because people watch you for X reason, and then people will still watch you, even if you do random stuff. Like random, if you are more like, I said that if you do a makeup video, people will not watch you if you are gaming focused. But like, if you are, for example, like I said, gaming focused channel, but you mostly play like RPG games, people are still gonna watch you if you like play puzzle games. That applies to like gaming videos, or in general that applies to content creation. Just like do what you want, and maybe you'll find success.
What you're looking for. Yeah, all it takes is like that one little opening is all that it takes.
Yeah, and
just finding it is the journey.
Yeah, and don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, that too. You hear that? You hear that, everybody? Don't do anything stupid that could get you canceled before that.
To be fair, I think nowadays you cannot get cancelled, because you can just take like a year off and then come back. Like
still though, depending on what it is.
Like Dr. Disrespect came back and he's still fine, and like a lot of content creators that has messed up are still doing their content creation, like paying no mind, whatever the controversy was. And some of the controversies I wouldn't pay any mind. Depends on the controversy. If like, just also you don't have to like write a book of an apology. You can just say, I screwed it up and I'm sorry, or like something like that. You don't have to like write write a novel about it.
Here's me about typing a 50-page PowerPoint presentation of how sorry I am.
Don't. Also, if you are gonna make a product or like or sell something, don't be Pokemon and overprice your cookies.
Yeah, no. Like
that is the best example. Sorry, Pokemon fans, but she overpriced her cookies hell a lot. And then decided to call her audience broke. That's also a major thing that I will say. If you're a streamer, don't call your audience broke.
Yeah, like don't offend chat. Don't offend your audience. Don't offend people who have been, because like the thing is, you're the only reason why a YouTuber is even successful
or content creators
or a content creator in general.
Yeah.
It's all because of
Viewers.
their audience.
Yeah. That's
don't treat them like shit.
Yeah, and it's the same way. Like, imagine if you're like buying a TV or buying anything, and the shop calls you stupid because you cannot afford it. It's the same. Like, don't call your customers ass or shit or poor or anything like that. You're gonna just
poor customer service.
Yeah, and it's just being stupid.
Yeah, like customer service people would actually get like in trouble just for even pissing one person off. That's like, I work in retail and I still work in retail between like even with like streaming and doing like other things. Like I still have like a main job, so it's like I'm still new to the whole ball game. But at least I make my money though and still pay my rent and stuff while I'm working on this too. Just sometimes I take longer breaks sometimes than I would like to when streaming sometimes, just because the schedule gets chaotic.
Yeah, that's
extremely chaotic.
That's a sad part of having a thing called work. And also the biggest point I would say to a new up and coming content creators, don't do it as a like, I'm gonna be rich in 3 months or something like that.
Yeah, no, don't have that unrealistic like.
If you have if you have an actual plan for it and you know that you're gonna make it, like you know it for 100% sure, like actually know it, and you have talked with like other people with your plan, and you're actually gonna make it as like a huge content creator, then yeah, but like the first paycheck that you will get as a YouTuber, if you get it, will not be a freaking huge.
No.
No, but it's the baby steps matter in this case. You take the baby steps to get normal, the normal steps, and then you will rather take a slow growth than a TikTok growth and then in a month you will be forgotten.
Yeah, and plus, like on top of that, like I'm just taking the whole streaming thing kind of slow. I'm like trying to understand how like things work with the programs and stuff. Like for just now, I just figured out how to do fucking channel bits, like channel points. That I just figured out how to do that just recently, and I've just been like updating along as I go.
Yeah.
Like take your time to actually like learn things, and so that way you could kind of figure out how you want to do things too. Like taking it slow is sometimes better than trying to rush it and then failing like altogether, because it's like making yourself frustrated. Sometimes taking it slow is like the better key, especially like getting like, especially if you don't know exactly what you want as a VTuber yet. Like it's always good to like go slow and
try new things.
You know, take and have fun with it. Like that's also like a biggest thing. If you're not having fun with it, then what's the point?
And maybe some people are watching this and wondering if they make it, like they have a big enough channel, when it's time to decide to like stop your normal job and do content creation as a full time. I would say when you have enough money to pay your rent and a little bit more than you paying with your paying rent.
Yeah, like I'm not planning to like leave my job anytime soon until I know for a fact I make more than what I do now.
like also, but don't like if like I don't know, like maybe if you have like I don't know 40,000 or 50,000 like subscribers or something like that, but like take it slow, have fun, treat it as your hobby first.
Yeah.
With many hobbies, it's the same case. If you are good enough in it, or if you're good enough in X hobby, you can make it as a full-time job. Yeah. Like if you're good enough in sports, you can make, like if you're good enough in football, or in American football, or in ice hockey, or anything like that, you can make it as a pro. Yeah. Or like any other hobby that comes to your mind.
Essentially, like especially if you're good at like talking super fast, you could just be an auctioneer.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that because I used to talk like super fast until like I had these classes to force me to slow down how I like when I talk. So now I can't do it anymore. And I was like, dang, that was like the one thing that was on my bucket list. As weird as that sounds. Yeah. So basically, to take it slow and try to think of ideas of what you want to do as a brand as well. Because when I started streaming as a VTuber, I didn't even think about my brand because I didn't think I would reach affiliate or anything like that. And then I just suddenly did, and I was like, oh, because I was like streaming for a while, and I was just, I was just having fun with it, talking to people and all that. And when I realized how close I could go to affiliate, I kind of don't do what I did, okay? Don't do what I did where I kind of just pushed it, and then I pushed it to the point where I kind of like got myself sick, and then I actually started having a high fever just after I got affiliate, and I was doing my first affiliate stream, and that's when I got smacked with a high fever of like 103 degrees. It's like 2 hours in, and I was like, shit. And then like I pushed it, and then after that, like, I got better within a day because I know how to break my fever type thing. So I wasn't sick for very long, but don't push yourself to the point where you're kind of at risk with like your own health. That's like another thing too. Like some people could sit there and stream for 8 hours at a time and stuff, but you always need those breaks, to get food, get water. Like, and like this one VTuber that I've been watching, she actually uses kind of like the ad breaks to like when she knows when it's about to come up, she'll use that to go to like the bathroom real quick, or saying that she's gonna be on BRB, so like long enough for her to do the things that she like needs to do type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you're planning to stream that wrong, always take breaks. Don't pull at me, because like I'll sit there and not even realize if I need food or water or anything. I'll forget about it because I'm too focused on that until my cat like meows at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm not some kind of anime character. Hi, baby.
Yeah,
hi.
And if you still wanna make content, like if you still wanna stream, like in the between days, for example, if somebody streams twice in a week or 3 times in a week,
yeah.
you can still make content in outside of those days. You like if a person streams in Monday, Wednesday, and Sundays, Tuesday, Thursdays, Friday, and Saturday, you can make the content. Like, whatever, like maybe stream highlighted video or like anything that interests you, you can make a content about it. Yeah, I know editing is quite ass to learn. Yes, I know it, but there's thing called guides and tutorials. You don't have to like. Also, you don't have to take it like snaps. You don't have to like be really fast with it. I'm slow as editor still, but I like it and I like learning new things. That's why I'm still doing it, because I like it, even though it's tedious as hell. And
my biggest thing right now is understanding like clips and what's good to clip and what's not good to clip. Like I'm like the editing side of aspect of like streaming. I didn't really put much time into that, which I know I should, because that would help a lot, but I haven't done that yet. So I know there's a lot of things I still need to do.
Like I said, anything that interests you, just do it. Make outside content about that. Maybe do, if you want the TikTok and YouTube Shorts, do shorter format content. Well, but as somebody who has edited them, they are easier to edit than like normal longer videos. I can tell you from a fact. I can edit a short in 2 hours, I would say in 3 hours. But a freaking 50-minute video that from my end was stupid long to edit, because I was being donut. But like, make sure, if you want, make shorter format content, but that's not a necessary. It helps, but it's not a necessary thing. Also, if you have a good enough job that you make enough money, just hire an editor. They aren't that expensive. I can tell you for a fact, they are not that expensive. If you, the higher one ends like that. They are, but like there are like up and coming video editors that take any job because they wanna get experience with editing and that stuff. And you're gonna help probably a student that is probably doing that, or you help an up and coming video editor, and they help you because that editor provides a service, and you make content out of it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's a happy transaction.
Because it gives them the experience that they need, and plus you get your content done without you having to pull an arm and a leg of time that you may not have to do it, so you could actually live as like a normal person.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And like, when you get big enough to like this being your full-time job, that opens so many possibilities for like dumb shit that you want to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was that? That was my cats. My cats are being so good at being so quiet.
Like,
I have 3.
Jesus.
And a gecko. I have 3 cats and a gecko.
Well, you are one animal crapper.
I love animals. like all the cats, I didn't even get them from a pet store. They all were given to me. The only one that actually came through a pet store that I actually claimed was the gecko. That says a lot. Because that's how it starts, man. Like, my landlord thinks I want to become a crazy cat lady.
I see.
So, yeah.
I believe that's all the questions that I wanted to ask, so... Yeah, so thanks joining. Thanks for joining Xiao. I'm gonna butcher in your name. I'm sorry for that, man.
Sorry, that's okay. That's actually the funniest thing, though. I find that humorous, though, because like I will say hi in like other people's live streams, and they go Xiao no hi, and I'm like, it's Sayono. It's great. I love when people butcher my name because I think it's hilarious. So I don't take any offense to like funny humor like that. I'm so used to that, actually.
Yeah, that's fair. But like I said, thanks Xiao for joining. Yeah,
no problem.
Joining this episode, and if anyone in there, every social media is gonna be linked. Xiao's every social media is gonna be linked down below in the description. go and follow Xiao everywhere. On Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, even though Twitter is a hellhole, Bluesky and that stuff. Go and follow Xiao on there. And if you're buying stuff on Waifuwares, use my code waltercc. It helps me out, and I appreciate that out. And that stuff. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.